And I think that that order and that structure is really valuable, especially when, not that your world is bad. You've got two kids, dos,
Three
tres,
now. Three.
three kids that you don't have everything to worry about. You have the real thing in your life, right? But if you're online all the time, it feels like the world is insane,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so and so to have this 2,000-year-old institution, especially the Catholic faith, that is rock solid, right? These are the rules. This is why we do this. This is the Pope. It goes down, down, down. You pray, you can be forgiven. You're a sinner. It's okay. Just try and be a good person, and you have a structure. Oh my God, I can't tell you how good it feels. Like, oh, everything's
Yeah.
fine. I'm gonna be good.
Yeah.
The end of the world is not here, or
Having
it is, and if it is, so what?
Yeah, that's right. But at least you have like a sort of a handbook that you can go by and feel good. And I said it.
Yeah.
I don't know the whole truth, but
Oh,
who am I? I'm not smart enough to go against the religion that was since the beginning of times.
this is what I'm saying. Like, once you find that you have the what I've been telling people who sort of are like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Listen, this thing has been around for 2,000 years at least, and it's one of the foundations of Western history. If you want to trace the line and go Egypt, Crete, Greece, Rome, Catholic Church. I mean, this is the line of history to France, blah, blah, blah. Then you get into modern history, whatever, United States, the whole line of Western civilization. It's the bedrock on which we're built, right? It's the moral compass that, oh, you want to be secular, you want to be modern, you want to be scientific, you want to follow that. Where does that morality come from? What is the basis for all that we believe? Where does that freedom of thought come from? It comes from the church. They talked about it. I got him right here. This is my guy, Thomas Aquinas. I got a picture of him.
Hey, there it is.
He's the rationalizer of Aristotle and the search for reason within the church, because they thought, oh, if you are trying to learn from the Romans, you're trying to learn pagan history. We don't like that. But he was like, no, no, no. If you study natural law, which is what Aquinas was talking about, then to study science is to study God, because God made the world, right? So by studying science, we are studying the world. So that rationalization is something that's Christian. The best scientists all the way through modernity were Christian. Like, they know it tells you that, but they're
Right.
all Christians, all of them. So science and the church are not disconnected. Now,
No, no.
one thing I do think about that sort of goes further along is, like, once you start putting faith into the world of our secular world and you start arguing whether things are real or not, you're going to lose. Right? Because for me, I just go, it's mystical, it's magic. It's beyond reason. It's beyond my
Yeah.
understanding. Because once you're arguing with a scientist about whether God is real, you're going to lose, because he's going to say there's no evidence. Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
but
No,
but
no,
the big, you know what I mean? So that's how I think about it.
yeah, no, it has to. It has to be. It's faith based. I mean, that's what it's got. You have to put faith in it, or else it's. I mean, it's pointless.
Well,
Everything can't be
it's deeper than that. I think, like, there's a whole world, and I know I'm going to get deeper because I think about it this way. There's a whole part of humanity that's in our minds, right? Right? We can see science, we can see the world, we can measure, we can think, but what's in our minds, right? The thoughts we have. When you close your eyes, let's say, and you really pray, and you start to see, let's say someone you love dies, you can see them. You can talk to your abuela. You can really get into this, especially if you're in a moment of stress or you're really praying. You can really get connected to people who are gone. And if you tell me that there's no evidence of that, fine. But this is something that monks have done. This is something that yogis have done. It's the contemplative spirits. When you get deep and you're like, oh, people want to call it hallucinating. Okay, fine. It's hallucinating. But if you're a spiritual person, you're like, no, 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 I'm talking to God. Excuse
yeah.
me. So
Yeah.
these are these mystical places where we can't explain it. It's of other. It's outside of the realm of of screens and touch phones and my phone and pieces of metal. It's beyond you. It's the darkness that you can never see, which is incredible to me. I'm fascinated by mysticism. That's the thing that's really been like, okay, this science, you can go Big Bang, physics, blah, 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 blah. Okay, explain to me how these monks prayed and saw the things they saw.
Yeah.
You can't.
No, that's true. That's fascinating. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm getting
So
lost. I'm
I'll
getting lost in that. Like
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. So I'll
yeah.
tell you my story about where I came back to it. It's sad but true. So unfortunately, my wife's brother passed away suddenly. Rich guy, had everything in the world, wife, kids, two beautiful children, and he just was somebody who couldn't be happy with what he had because all he had was money. All he thought about was the earth, what the material. He was not a religious person. And he may have been mentally ill. I don't know. So anyway, he passes away, 49 years old. Okay. My wife and I go to his wake in Florida. We go overnight. We're there. At this wake, it's just his wife, my nephews, and a couple other people. It's hot. We're tired. And I don't know what to do. I lean on whatever pieces of faith I have. So I know that it's a Catholic place because it's Miami. I've assumed that Cubanos,
Yeah.
and it was. And there's it was a crucifix with Jesus on it, which means it's Catholic, right? Because if otherwise it wouldn't be on there. So I sort of lean on memories of an uncle dying when people did novenas, right? You just start saying the rosary, rosary, rosary.
Hmm.
I didn't know how to say a rosary. I knew the prayer. I knew an Our Father. I knew Hail Mary. So I just said it over and over again, just sort of going to the front, looking at the body, moving to the back, people crying. It's terrible. Entonces, I'm sitting in the back and I'm just there praying. And in that moment, I'm closing my eyes and I'm crying. And I just think of my family. So my Puerto Rican aunts and uncles who've passed away that are gone. And I just say, it's like a moment of Coco, the movie Coco,
Yeah.
where they're trying to get people across the other side, and I just go, Dios, tías, todos, por favor, ayúdame, ayúdame, help me, ayúdame, help my brother-in-law get
Yeah.
across because he needs you. He's not going to make it on his own. He needs you because he doesn't have the spirit, but I know they did, right? And so at that moment, I was like, whoa, I was like, shit, something happened. Okay. I get goosebumps thinking about it. So that happened, and I went, okay. I mean, it's just me. Me lloró. I cried a lot, but like a crying where you don't even want to touch your face. You're just like, I'm in a different place. I'm
Yeah.
that. Okay. Bueno, that happened. I was like, okay, that was weird. Okay. Then I'm back home. We came back the next day, still sad. And I just go for a walk because I walk a lot. And wouldn't you know, a neighborhood church that's in my neighborhood, St. Patrick's on 30th Street in San Diego, someone's having a funeral and the church doors are open. And I go in and they're wrapping it up. The guy has the urn and they have the flowers and they're there. And I sit down in the pew just to sit. And in that moment, something clicks again for me, which is, this pew, that altar, the stained glass, the shape of the church, the actual space that you're in, just being in a church itself, is for lack of a better word, connection to all Catholics, all your family at any time. You can be here today. I can be here in 20 years. I can be here 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 150 years ago. A church is a church, no matter what. And that it is a vessel for you to be in, to be connected to the spirit of your family, to spirit of whatever. So from that point on, I have not missed a day at Mass because I want to be in that space where I can go, I'm sitting here like this. I know my mother in New York is in church too. Or I'm sitting here like this. I know my grandmother in 1935, when she came from Puerto Rico, would have been in church, or my uncle, or somebody. I can feel connected to the world,
Yeah.
the universal Catholic Church. So
Yeah.
that's where I come from. And then from there, I'm in. I got it. I'm in.
Well, for me, I have a person that's very close to me, like a father figure. That he's a I kind of hate labeling people, but he is a Protestant Baptist,
It's fine.
but that
A
sounds like
Christian?
it sounds like whoa, but so
No, no, no. It's fine.
yeah, great man. He's just pretty much helped me with everything, raised me here, being an immigrant, and it's unbelievable person.
Yeah,
Uh,
acting as a Christian.
yeah. And he's always told me you got to go to church, and I've
That's
always
okay.
been like, ah.
Yeah.